got to be very careful that you're not pushing people out of the zone, right? So there's going to be some coordination there for them. But, okay, Todak's going to go ahead and lock it, and then in the Baksha, which is most likely going into the jungle.
I think there could be a change-up of things.
Or is it Julian jungle?
That's the thing. That's what we're not 100% for, because Baksha does pretty well in lane against someone like Esmeralda. That matchup could be highly prioritized, but I think we have to immediately talk about if that real-world manipulation getting cancelled by either Julian or even Baksha could pose a lot of problems for the team, because it's the only way that Falcon can keep Todak in one place.
I feel like that's always the challenge of having an Eve, right? You need to be able to decide, hey, this is the best moment to set up here. And if you fail, if that's canceled out, you lose a lot of that winning power, that deciding factor in your team composition. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, we'll see how it plans out as we're going straight into the Land of Dawn here for game number 1.
Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1, MSC 2022. We're kicking it off with the home team, Todak, versus FALCON Esports.
Oh, so this is going to be a Julian EXP. So the Baksha is going to be in that jungle position, and that's exactly like what you predicted here, Naisu.
Well, I've seen a Baksha jungle a time or two in the Philippine meta, and so maybe they're taking a note from that. But notice also, right, it's going to be the battle of jungle emblems. We talked a little bit about the effect of jungle emblems, how they set the pace of the game, they lead to objectives. And I gotta say, there's not many choices, I feel like, for jungle emblems right now in the current meta.
Well, I think it also depends on playstyle. If you are deciding to go for a tank jungler, it makes sense to take something, especially when it comes to the jungle. Oh boy. All right, I'm a little worried here, right? Because Yums has to make sure Natalia doesn't get out of control.
Yeah, and if anything is going to happen, it's going to be setting at that pace, because Natalia, like Naomi, is going to be setting the pace. Also, right, it's your job. Like, find those targets, literally assassinate them, take them off the map. If you have an automatic number disadvantage, it's going to be hard for them. But again, Yums on this route, I think, will be able to provide some of that CC they really need to counterplay around here. It's just, do they have enough? And again, the biggest question mark is, how is Julian going to affect this whole thing? Because a lot of the times, I mean, a lot of people out there, viewers as well, have not seen enough of Julian. Not to mention, we have Sprint City here on the side of Todak.
Yeah, really, I'm not sure how this Julian is going to play. I mean, if we take a look at many maps, see that he is kind of on the lane. Those are very sneaky. They have an advantage there.
Right now, and again, going to be the focus here. Pops heal for that's what I'm talking about. So as we see the game develop, especially around the objectives, how will that play out now? First circle is busy up there, back going up. That's going to be the first one already on off camera. Real going to come down. Momo, heal low. He's got to be careful. He's going down. I don't think they can commit to this turn yet. They might off even junglers pretty low. This could just go side of the here. Turtle trying to be taken out slowly, surely, and they grab it. First turtle of the game.
First turtle of the game goes hand out Falcon, and this is exactly the way they like to play for the early game. They go and contest these early objectives, and that's exactly what Naomi will build right. Right? With Natalia, they have a little bit of an advantage in that pick-off pressure, and they are trying to use their advantage.
Yeah, a lot of this has to do with just the timings of their ultimates, right? How effective is it going to be? Oh wait, no, you find a catch onto Moon!
That's exactly what Naomi has to do. Finds Moon. That's going to be a nice pickup here, so they even the score, but again, a little more action. Can he actually get out of there? Kenn is taken down with a torn apart memory.
Oh no, one trade here for the side of Todak. So now Todak's actually in the lead in terms of kills, but wow!
Nice pull there. Can they find the kill? Dawning Light's gonna come out, sniping out him, and he goes down. Yellowflash now gonna be the focus target here. He's gonna get quite low, is slowed, but able to bob and weave out of there, still able to get out with his life.
Oh boy, some scary stuff here, some really scary stuff from both teams. And already you're seeing that Momo is really taking this jungle role very seriously, something that Ciku usually goes to play with. But you know, Momo, he's been taking his time, he's adapting to the many different carry roles that Todak needs him to be. He is the Swiss Army knife that Todak wants.
Oh man, I didn't realize that. Yeah, so, man, that is how flexible Todak is. 4 Maze Moon, and who else just swapped roles? Ciku. That's insane. That is a next level of flexibility that Todak has in their arsenal, and it seems like it's paying really good for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of the teams that have those kind of flexibility options for their roster is going to play a part in here. Because, again, this is group stages. You don't want to show everything, but here's the I'm offended combination. Another kill taken here. Justin goes down.
Todak is playing a really good game here, right? It's all about mid-control, is making sure that Naomi isn't allowed to roam around the map very, very free, and catching Justin off is very ideal to set up for situations. For an example, like Turtle right now. Yes, Xavier, he can't really do too much, but when he has that dawning light, you feel his presence, especially when you're low.
And not only feeling his presence, but as the game goes longer, that presence of the dawning light is literally, what, 15 seconds? Every time you got to worry out. Now here, the Turtle's going to be secured by Momo. He gets that one. Hurricane Dance going to find Humes, but now they're focusing on I'm offended. And he goes in with a dawning light. Not going to connect here. Still going to be focused on. Killing spree goes over to Moon. They're turning it here. Now Yellowflash has to be careful as they now focus here. Todak focusing on the mid lane.
That was such a beautiful team fight by Todak. You could see that each and every one of them had their own winning condition, but wait a minute.
Oh, Real World's gonna come down. Look at the back lane. Momo finds Justin, cancels the ult, does his job. Torn apart memory again, finding the target. Naomi's out of here.
That's exactly what I was trying to mention. I mean, they all know what they need to do. They need to go in for that backline, and they're just so good at being able to split those jobs. As once again, Yellowflash really showing his supremacy, although we can see that Ciku is still able to be maneuvering around that.
Ooh, that spacing though is looking real good for Ciku, but they did a cheeky lane swap here, which is rather interesting, knowing that Clint doesn't seem to be falling off as hard as Ciku wants to. He wants to press the advantage even more. He wants the outpush and continuously play for neutral objectives.
Yeah, and one thing that we've seen a lot of, hold on, Yellowflash could be in trouble here. He's got the slow out, but he's actually going to survive for now. 4 Mays also across the map, same thing. Now, as I was going to say, you mentioned, you know, Clint, silent here on this Clint. A lot of the times when we see this hero picked, this is the best case scenario, right? Get into the game, be 0-0-0, farm up, and then later on in the game, you pop off for your team and actually win those little skirmishes, those team fights later on. I think this is good for Falcon Esports, and they can play around this for now.
And it's more emphasized. Yellowflash should be okay here, right? All right, he walks away. But yes, this is emphasized more by the weapon master that Silent decided to take instead of your traditional killing spree.
Well, right now, they're actually going to focus here on the top lane, but they got wind of that. They're going to back off here. Turtle going to be up here just in about 10 seconds. So we see how this plays out. A lot of these fights, though, we haven't actually seen a team fight to team fight Turtle yet. Most of them have just been a thing after team fights happen. They're down an objective, and they go for it. So 4 May is going to focus on the turret. Turtle comes up. Looks like the rest of Todak is up there. And Falcon might be looking to respond. Going to go ahead and start up the Turtle now. It's about half health. Kenn just around the corner. Yu's actually pretty low here. He's got to be careful, but it's going to be secured here now by Kenn. The Hurricane's dance. He might go to safety. Todak looking for an engage. There's the real manipulation come down. Moon's gonna be the focus here. Gets stunned though. Naomi has to back off. Dawning Light gonna come out, not picking anyone yet, and they find the Turtle.
This has been such an exceptional game for Humes, I gotta say. Being able to just pick out Naomi from the bushes, understanding map awareness is just so on point. And every time that, let's say, Moon is trying to get engaged on by the members of Falcon, you always see Humes being able to cover for them. So for now, Moon is still sitting at 3-1-1, and you know how much they're able to scale. So it's just so beautiful to watch. And unfortunately, it feels like Todak is kind of on the behind. Like, they seem to be falling in rotations with the Turtle being set up. But wait a minute, something might be happening here.
Oh, they crash down on Justin. He could be in trouble here. Now in the back lane, torn apart memory finds another one. Look at that wall. He closes them in. Kenn, nice play there with the Hurricane Dance. And they trade here. But Todak down 2. This could be a moment for Falcon Esports to make a move.
I mean, what moves can they do? I mean, bot side's already pushing. Top side, they just were able to collide, and Naomi will have to push this in. Maybe they can get top side, but immediately Ciku, he's responding. I think Todak, they made a good timing play. Yes, it didn't work out, but the damage is so minimal.
Oh, man, and talking about damage right there. Naomi's going to survive here, but we're starting to see that. Oh, my goodness! That's what we're seeing, the dawning light into the bush!
That was quite insane. I mean, I thought that Naomi would be able to get out of there. I mean, being able to just push it a little bit, that was super good. A really fair trade for the side of Falcon, understanding that they are in the behind at the moment with the side of Todak, but the dawning light was just so on point. And this is what I mean. It feels like, once again, Todak is outclassing Falcon. Another turret is going to be given to them, to their name, and Todak once again leading with 2,000 1,000 gold.
I think right now Todak is just making these small, very slight split decisions that's making all the difference, you know? Even on top side, when they lost that turtle in the Retribution fight, they still allowed enough space for Ciku to break the top tier 1, and the rest of the team naturally just peeling for each other. ForMaze, on the other hand, very much like his character, loves these flanks.
Oh, and he's going for another one right here. ForMaze is going to get killed now as he's taken out. Justin is taken out of the picture as well. Dawning Light, another one. Naomi, you keep getting hit by the snipe, and he goes down as well. Todak in the driver's seat here for the Lord.
Now they have the space to do so. I mean, they're already on the way, but it seems like they might look for another pickup on this board here.
Yumes and Ciku playing guard here. Look at the potential, the threat potential to zone out right here. This could very well just be a free first Lord of the game. Todak going to go ahead and secure this one. There's not much Falcon can do here.
I mean, they took that without Retribution. The cooldown was still on Momo, and that's how much pressure Todak has. He didn't even have to use the Retribution at all, even though there were 3 members from the side of Falcon that were actually in the vicinity. But now, in 10 minutes, we are going to take a look at the items.
Yep, numbers advantage is always working out well, but notice that, I mean, just so many items already built so quickly for ForMaze at this stage of the game. With Mystery Shop, he's got 3 down to go. So he's very confident when he's taking these trades, especially against Falcon, who currently right now do not have the magic resist to protect themselves.
I feel like there's so much, yeah, as you mentioned, so much magic damage, right? And you're going to have to worry again about Silent. Now, Silent does still have the potential to get somewhere. Now, if you take a look at the gold, right, he's second for their team, but look at the difference here for the side of Todak.
Well, it's clear that Ciku is the driving force for Todak when it comes down to this lead, especially since it is a 5k lead. They're probably going to get the outer tier turrets, which is great. Ideally for Falcon, they don't get caught out here.
Oh, they're going to get caught here. Yellowflash still going to be okay. That's going to be the torn apart memory consumed. They actually get a turret now as well. Like you just mentioned, they're going to be focusing on the bottom. Naomi is actually quite low. He's got to be careful here. They could be cracking open the base of Falcon here. Yumes just on the side there. There you go. Lord's going to be taken up. Turret still alive here for now. ForMaze, though, working in the bottom.
Oh, but
He's going to come in here. There you go. The base is now opened up. There's going to be the road mutilation come down. Can Momo survive? He's stuck on the wall. He's finally taken out. Silent gets a kill. Big also pick up here for him itemization-wise. So they find a little bit of hope here, but their base is now exposed.
100%. They lost an inhibitor turret in that process, but it's not going to be as easy for Todak to penetrate that base. And I say that because of such high ground that they have with the real-world manipulation. So if they can time it perfectly, I do believe that they have the ability to defend. I mean, maybe just buy more time for the side of Silent to get those really important items to scale up further in towards the late game as we are entering minute number 12.
And we're looking at the damage dealt. ForMaze is obviously doing great. Moon following up really quick, but Naomi surprisingly is really evening out the scores in these fights and making sure that he can do enough damage so that Todak actually get punished on these bigger trades. But notice the conceal play.
Oh, they're not going to commit yet. Actually, they find one. Kenn's going to push him back. Nice zoning here against the wall. The Hurricane Dance. Ciku. Immortality's going to be popped. Can they find the kill here? There you go. Silent grabs one, forcing the flicker out. Goes in with the Falling Star move. Dawning Light response here. They get the knock-up. Killing spree over to Moon. They're trying to turn this one around. Meanwhile, Momo and Silent going one-on-one. Oh, look at Naomi finding a target. Can he get another one? He goes in for that one. Now ForMaze, it could be in trouble here. 2 versus 2. Double kill ForMaze. This is the power of Julian. Another Dawning Light. They got to be careful. ForMaze commits triple kill. 1, 2, 3 before getting taken down by Naomi.
4 traded for 4 for both teams. So that was trades after trades. And I gotta say, Naomi played that beautifully well. I mean, she was able to flank from the backside, find those priority targets. But unfortunately, it was just not enough damage to be able to take Todak as a whole. I mean, check out that Dawning Light, as now we're going to take a look at the instant replay here by TikTok.
Yep, I mean, look at the way that they're playing this, right? They're peeling back here, and I think Todak made one blunder out of this entire play. ForMaze is doing great, and Moon needs to communicate with ForMaze when he has this Dawning Light. ForMaze could have easily walked back in to pick up that kill on Kenn much sooner and responded to Naomi, or even pulled back to Momo in towards the mid lane, guiding his way through the purple side of the jungle. But now a technical pause is through. We always got to have one of these, you know? It happens.
That's, you know, we have a pause that's going to be okay. They got to figure things out. But we can talk a little bit about this game as a whole. I mean, it's almost to the point where it looks like Todak is looking to push into the base. They could be waiting for that next Lord to really end this game number 1. But what is happening here with Falcon? Do they have a chance, like Eterna mentioned earlier, do they have a chance to actually defend this and turn this around?
I mean, I gotta say, like, I thought it would be completely one-sided for the side of Todak, realizing the rotations that Todak has had in the game. I mean, they were winning on the rotations, they were getting the trades, they were getting the objectives, but every time it seems like when Todak wants to siege, wants to look for a team fight, they always seem to either fall behind or equalize with Falcon.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been the cleanest of fights.
Yeah.
We aren't seeing just consistent wins without taking any losses here. Falcon have been pushing back, and they're playing for what their team composition is going to be better at, which is the later stages of this game. If we have to compare Brody in comparison to Clint, depending on what Brody has built, which we will see later on into the game, Clint will naturally outscale him. If he builds full-on damage, gets a little greedy with it, plays around his Eve, who will eventually do so much damage to the rest of their teams, it's going to be tough for Todak to play anywhere past the 13th, well, let's give it a little bit more generous here, 14th minute of the game, considering their lead.
And I was going to say, you know, we talked about this going to the draft, you know, the combination of having a real world manipulation plus the Kai. And so far from what we've seen, it worked. Like, they're making it work.
It
right?
was really, really clean how he pushed him all the way from the buff. I didn't even think of that path. I would have immediately thought nearest wall, get him locked down, but no, really pushing him out of position to not have that cover.
And which allowed, I believe it was Silent that was just in the base getting the shots off, right? And then he finally gets the kill, gets the immortality out, and that really plays a part here. So these are these moments for Falcon Esports to actually pull this off. I mean, they can defend, and we'll see how this plays out. But right now, Todak definitely, like you said, 14 minutes, they're going to struggle past that certain mark. So, but speaking of Todak, these guys have experience, and this is to say they're so well decorated. M1, M2, M3, MSC 2021, and the SEA Games Vietnam 2021.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Gideon, but they also did MPLI as well. So in total, they have 7-time international experience.
Absolutely. They've got so much international experience in comparison to the rest of, well, I would say a lot of Malaysian teams and especially professional teams in the MPL where they've got they've dabbled in it. They didn't get the expected results, but they aren't able to come there a second time. But Todak, every single time people question them about, hey, are you consistent? You guys are throwing these games. You guys are trolling so often in regular Justice Warriors on their keyboards. But Todak, with this lineup, does that not tell you enough? No matter how much they experiment, they will always make it to an international tournament.
I think there's a lot to say about that. You know, when you have this type of international experience like this, like that's on your record right here, right? So when you're a team going up against against Todak, knowing that full well, I'm sure that has a part to play in it. And I gotta say, you know, Falcon is actually doing a pretty good job. They're doing better than I expected. Eterna mentioned it earlier as well. She kind of expected a one-sided game here for game number 1. But I would love to see Falcon Esports go ahead and hold on. Like, hold on a little bit longer. They have a lot of great tools to actually counter the plays or decisions. Because I still think Silent has enough time here. Naomi finds the targets that he wants to. Then this could actually turn around. We've seen it happen before to Todak, I believe, in your own MPL, you know. And they have had games kind of slip out of their hands. So we'll have to see how this plays out here. And we are going to be jumping back into this game. They've got things figured out. Let's see how the game number 1 plays out.
Let's see what's happening right now. It does seem like Todak is just going straight for that next objective with the Enhanced Lord.
Okay, right now, Lord's going to be taken here by the side of Todak. So they go ahead and secure that. Real World Military's going to come down. Dawning Light shows the damage, but they find no kill just yet. Momo could be in trouble here. Gets the CC. Mega kill for Naomi. Right now, it's going to be a 1-for-3 trade. Was the Lord worth it?
Come on, I am so impressed by that. You gotta say, that was such a good team fight for the side of Falcon. Sure, they lost the Lord because they came to that area a little late, but for the most part, come on, 3 trades on the board?
I think that was a little too good. I feel like Todak made the right decision to rush this Lord because this is the breaking point for their team composition, right?
14 minutes.
Falcon, 14 minutes. This is where Falcon will start to scale, and now this Luminous Lord is basically wasted, and Todak can't really capitalize on it. Even if it was a 4v5, they would get another inhibitor target. The mid one specifically, maybe a little bit of damage on the bottom inhibitor too, and that's as much damage Todak could actually push for to pressure Falcon.
I feel like this is the time. this is better time than ever to start opening up the map for you, because FALCON Esports, look, they still have that tier 1 turret to deal with in the mid lane. They're about, I believe it's 1 hit away, their mid lane inhibitor turret's going to go down, so they've got to be able to find, again, a pick off and then make a play around that. I don't think they can actually send maybe Yellowflash around the map to try to push something, because there isn't really a safe position for him to go just yet with what Todak has.
I mean, the problem is right now, right? If they want to go for a team fight, you'd expect the Ruby, let's say, to get some people from the side of FALCON with I'm Offended, get the CC, and so they can really follow it up with the damage coming in from Brody and, let's say, the Xavier. But the issue is, every time, let's say, the Ruby wants to initiate, then they're leaving the backline exposed. And every time that happens, FALCON has an upper edge. As now we're going to take a look at the items here in the 50th minute.
Naomi is definitely scary. He's already got more than enough armor penetration to basically cut through anyone with a Blade of Heptases for the extra bit of burst. And I think it's important that Ciku really has to be guarded well, because he is one of the few win conditions that Todak actually has and are designing their composition around. It's all about peel, it's all about falling backwards and letting FALCON just get shredded running it down.
What I'm wondering too is like having, you know, the CC there now with Moon, like you mentioned, they have to protect Ciku, right? But if Moon is taken out of the picture, you still have to worry about 4-mays on the Julian, because a lot of the times when Xavier's picked, right, it's that CC on a short cooldown that works really well. Also the radius on it, so we'll have to see how they do handle that. Well, right now, there's a lot of just push and pull going. Looks like Momo was trying to get some vision there. Now Yellowflash going to get pulled here by the I'm Offended. Real World Mid Lane is going to come down, gets the lockdown onto the wall. Moon is taken out of the picture. They find a 1-for-1 trade.
I love that, right? We were talking about how it was very difficult to, you know, like secure that backline for the side of Todak, but I think they've read this already from the side of FALCON. They know how FALCON wants to play. Every time they go to a team fight, they have to be on the lookout for Naomi coming in from the flanks, and that's exactly what they did. And this is just such a huge adaptability skill from the side of Todak now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, unfortunately for Todak, their choices of battle spells is starting to hurt them now, right? I mean, Purify is good all around, but specifically Sprint, it's great for kind of playing the style that they want to pull back. But when they get caught, and especially with the quality of life changes you got from Akai, you don't have that reactionary speed anymore. It comes out pretty quick with the Hurricane Dance.
Now, Lord going to be up here. Kenn trying to get some vision. Dawning Light going to come out. Short cooldown indeed. So they're going to be okay as they continue to work on the Lord. Not going to reset just yet. It's about half health here. But I don't know if Todak actually wants to commit fully to this just yet, because again, FALCON Esports actually has the gold lead. Their itemization, like you mentioned, Gideon, is pretty good, if not done, to the point where they could have an advantage here. And Todak has to do this very surgically, not to lose anyone, especially with Naomi. And now here it comes. Yumes goes down. Immortality going to be popped. Can they follow up here? Flickers out. Naomi could be looking for a kill, but gets spotted out. Is he going to be able to convert something? Gets the monster kill. Yumes taken out. Dawning Light going to come out too. Can they push them back here? They find the 1-for-1.
They find the 1-for-1 trade, and this is going to be the roamer for the roamer, so it is still equal on all accounts, but Kenn goes in once again.
FALCON Esports still going to give this one a go. Real World Malaysia comes down. Momo trying to zone Kenn out here, taking quite a bit of damage himself. Silent trying to follow up, finds him, and now they have to reset the Lord. Yellowflash zoning them out. Lord's going to go ahead and power up here, but look at the base of FALCON Esports. They definitely have to defend that one. They can't commit everything to the Lord just yet. Todak knows this. And mind you, there is still a dawning light here on Moon. But FALCON Esports right now going to go ahead and start this Lord up. It's about half health already. They find a kill on 4-mays. This could be the moment that FALCON Esports was looking for. Dawning Light's gonna come out, not getting the Lord, and they secure it. FALCON Esports now with this lead. Chiku's gotta be careful. They're zoning him out as much as possible. There's the knockup. Kenn finds the Hurricane Dance into the wall again. Immortality's gonna be popped. Mega kill found here, and FALCON Esports taking a huge lead.
I mean, FALCON with a 1,000 gold lead previously with that team fight, with the way that they set up that team fight so perfectly, so systematically, they are now leading with 5,000 gold to their name. They have an enhanced Lord as well, marching down on that bottom side, and once again, they push onto the base here for
Todak. There you go. Can they get the kill? This is exactly what I was talking about. Silent popping off here. 19 minutes of the game. FALCON Esports deep now into the base of Todak. Can they defend?
that is definitely the question. I mean, 2 members are left standing for the side of Todak. There is a 8-second countdown for Ciku to be brought back up, and that's going to be super important, as now it is going to be Falcon really pushing it into the base.
Base can be cracked open here. Yellowflash goes in with a falling Star Moon, trying to zone them out, looking for a kill. Hurricane Dance again. Momo taken out of the picture. Silent finding one himself. Yume's trying to buy some time here, the best he can. Lord's going to be taken care of, but look at that. Kenn, now another immortality is going to be popped. 4 Mays taken down. FALCON Esports in control here. Going to be taking game number 1.
Wiped out for the side of FALCON Esports, as they are going to have game number 1 to their hands. Todak, remember guys, don't fret, chill, right? It is still a best of 2. They do have one more chance to be able to even